When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Wolverines will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So UCLA's offense will have the first possession of the game. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance, and this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better, and they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards...
Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. And the Bruins will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So Michigan's offense will get the ball for the first time. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Caught. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Wolverines are in the hurry-up. Looking to pass. It's Cummings. Hauls it in. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll run it on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this year after year. Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
To the air on second down. Nowhere to go, and now the ball's out. A loose football in the end zone, and the defense there to pounce on it for 6.
And the defense right now flying around, getting to the ball carrier, knocking the ball loose, running into the end zone, jumping on it for a touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They haven't he lost one down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking to throw, it's Santos. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Punt is on its way. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Wolverines want to move quickly.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side now.
Hey, who says hitch passes can't get big yards? Receiver catches it, makes a guy miss, goes and gets a first down.
They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quick completion to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They run into a bit of trouble here. Third and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. He's got an open man. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. A first down run in the red zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. Dropping back, it's Santos. Quickly to the tight end. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here comes the offense onto the field again. The give to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Snagged out of the air. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Off play action. Pressure coming. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Get a pass rush like that, and the Bruin faithful will give you an 8-clap and a heartbeat.
They'll get jacked up. They'll get excited. I mean, you think about a defense, you got to get those guys up front. You want to dominate college football, you want to be in the mix, find those big defensive linemen that can make plays.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's caught. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Running back searching for a hole. Got enough space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. They'll go to the counter play. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his 1st sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
And the Bruins will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So first down here as they go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to throw, it's Cummings. It's on target and complete. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
Gain of 12. And first down for the offense.
Trying play action. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front. And they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play. And they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. It's picked off, and that's number 10. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage, and did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage, you jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process, and that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
Under fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger because it's obvious. These offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Wants to go up top. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Looking for a man. It's Cummings. Got the quick pass. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And the Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Finds the tight end.
Well, that was pretty easy for the quarterback, right? You just need a few yards to pick up that first, so you find the tight end, put it on his body, let him go do the work, and you keep the drive alive.
Off the play fake on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second down.
Wants to throw again. Finds his tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Wolverines are on the move. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Past the first down marker and still running. Oh, he's got some space. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. There's There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
He'll try to tack on one more. And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
35, UCLA, 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Makes the grab down the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Under fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Dalton. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. The Bruins come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And when you run the option, you run the risk of putting the ball on the deck, and especially once that thing starts to string out, and the defense does a really good job playing assignment football. Man on a man, I got the quarterback taken care of, and you could tell, had the running back taken care of too. Nowhere to go with that pitch, and they forced the turnover.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barco. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Quick step and go. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Bringing the heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
Man, great zone coverage in the back end by this defense. A lot of eyeballs on the quarterback. Great job. The ball comes out, and you can see, Jesse, that defensive secondary on a string, break on the football, and they go force the INT.
And that's what this defense wants to do. They want to win 1st and 2nd down, bring their dime personnel on the field 3rd and long, play that zone defense. There's nowhere for you to throw the football, and they get a critical takeaway.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Cummings. He's got his man. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Wolverines come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. Nestled just inside that right upright. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll send the tight end in motion. He'll pull it on the read. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Breaks into the open. And he's knocked down. And the Bruins come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on third. Fires to the big fella. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Back to throw, it's Santos. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And the Bruins will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. He'll start this drive firing. Just a short pass to the tight end. A quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's looking to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's McNabb. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Looking to throw on first down. Fakes to grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And this one is perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little bit of momentum. You're still losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure anything out. Take some chances. Get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in college football heaven, the Rose Bowl.
The Bruins will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So here comes the Michigan offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To throw, it's Cummings. Quick completion on the out. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Quarterback on the keeper. There he goes. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And it's another 1st and 10 play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Michigan. Once he got some room, it was over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Pulls it in, it's Banks. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. Wants to go up top on first down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolverines.
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The running back has it. He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Banks. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Coming up, fourth down.
Motion from the wideout. Trying to do it on the ground. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Flips it out on the screen. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Brings up second down.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pucks it out of the air. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Had to throw it before he wanted. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Dead center perfect. Hold on just a second. A flag down. Let's see what's up with that.
Roughing the kick. Defense.
Might be the worst case scenario for this defense. Thought they'd held them to 3. Now the offense with a chance for more. They're going to run it. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. He'll keep it himself. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. Touchdown, UCLA! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And they did tack on the extra point. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Cummings. Complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Give to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd down.
Leaves it with the running back. Got the 1st down and more. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory.
And that's good enough for a 1st down.
They'll give it to him again. At the 35, he's got room. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And first down for the offense.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Fires to the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking downfield, it's Cummings. Touchdown, Michigan! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
UCLA 7.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Quick strike complete. Trying to give them some room to work with. Stopped just short of the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 19. And the Bruins will send out the punt unit. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Looking for room. It's Sparko. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the tailback. Got enough for the first. Turning it on. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Offense now working in the red zone.
And that's a first down for the offense.
To the ground, he's got it again. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Finds his big tight end. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, it's Cummings. Lets it fly. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Give to the running back. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Right back to it. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. The Bruins come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to get it through the air. Pocket breaking down. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete to the left. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. He's taking a deep shot. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. To the air on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
And the Bruins have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a punt. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.